Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here are watching Walford. Bring you the Watching Walford podcast. It's episode number 96. And today we're going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 38 of 2024. All the episodes from the 28th of October all the way to the 31st, also known as Halloween. The main storylines are the Slaters fight amid Tommy's abuse. And the other main one is it finally over for the Six?
No.
In a good way or a bad way? Be interesting to see how that unfolds. As always, the podcast is the first 30 minutes is us talking about nonsense, and then 30 minutes onwards is us talking about the EastEnders. So you want to hear us talk about nonsense, keep on watching. You want to hear us talk about the EastEnders, go from about the half an hour mark onwards. It's a pretty good guide. I'm fucking ill. I'm ill. Which was not, fucking turns out going outside and being around people very regularly is actually does kind of fuck your health a little bit. Because I've been doing the maths. And I've been outside. I've left the house each day since I think it's June 19th. So we're coming up to like 5-6 months of me always leaving the house every day. So I'm touching grass, you know what I'm saying?
Not the good kind.
How you doing, mate?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm dressed like Steve Jobs. None of you heard me during the podcast intro, like when the intro was rolling. You guys heard me cracking open the bottle of chalky milk. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, when you rolled the intro, you fucking went like, oh, and 3, 2, 1, and then you did some nonsense, and he said, oh, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, I've already pressed this fucking intro button.
Yeah.
I can't go back.
It's being recorded.
I can't go back to the past.
It's my feed, but yeah. Sorry if you heard that in the intro. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. I'm with Steve Jobs. I'm Steve Jobs, obviously. He is what's the guy from fucking Microsoft?
Bill Gates.
You're Bill Gates. There you go.
I don't even know if any of them are favourable, honestly.
I think famously Bill Gates spent $350 on food at a restaurant and bought a can of Coke and just took a sip of the Coke and left. And I'm like, okay, I understand you have millions upon millions to spend, but yeah, none of the food and you just drank the sip of Coke. Fucking.
I mean, easiest $350 have ever made in their fucking life.
Ain't true, but you think you'd respect them and eat the food. Unless you fucking just absolutely hate them. But yeah, I've been good. I'm gonna go into a little rant in a few minutes. I've been good. I have a few things to get off my chest. I've been doing well. See, not going outside regularly doesn't give you a cold. So I mean,
it's kind of wild how I've not really been ill much for the last couple of years, basically since COVID happened, because I've kind of been a recluse. Not necessarily. I've still been out, like I was still doing leather work for the time period. But I should probably just mute myself, but it takes a bit more effort.
It's fine.
I was going to, but I was still going out, but not. I wasn't nearly around as many people as frequently. So fucking, I've been ill twice this year already. One was after London, where, you go to a big stadium. Unsurprisingly, there's going to be some ill fuckers there. And now, once again, like 2 months later, this is misery.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that I didn't get sick from London in comparison to you.
I don't know how you managed it.
Did Slater get sick?
I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know.
Oh my god, he even has the handkerchief. Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's just a bit of fucking toilet roll. I'm not that rich, fucking hell.
Yeah, well, it's the poor man's handkerchief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta stay on brand. I threw out the other one earlier just so I'd look more poor. Chuck away the fucking Burberry handkerchief. It's fine. Is Burberry rich? I think though.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
If not, you'll need to change your fucking perspective. I don't know. My brain's mush.
Gucci.
I spent the week. I watched Clarkson's Farm. Pretty good. It's good fun. Fuck it. I'll use it. I'll use the time to talk about this. I know I mentioned it to you in the past, but for some reason my brain likes the idea of being able to like be self-sustainable and like be able to like live without having to pay a shit ton of money on like rent and fucking, that sort of like off the grid kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like the idea of. It's kind of a fun thing. So any of those videos where it's like, I built a log cabin out of this piece of shit on my land and I'm going to live there. That's cool to me. They obviously have primitive technology where it's just a guy in a fucking, he's just building different shit. Then you do get the fake ones. You do get the fake ones where it's like, I forged this cast iron chisel with some nuggets I found in the river. Wow, look at me. This is such a good chisel. That's like, you fucking you're lying. Don't insult my intelligence.
He just nipped to the local Aldi and fucking bought a chisel.
Yeah, I mean, they had like heavy machinery. But it's always good fun. I don't really like I've seen some, because I've had TikTok for a while now, and I'm kind of seeing there's this one like British guy who's like, here's how to beat the Matrix and live off the grid. Like, all right, don't stop being fucking wanky now. Stop being a twat now. Fucking time to fuck off with that Matrix shit. It's not real. It's what the fucking people say when they get cancelled. They're not even doing the Russell Brand. They're not even suddenly being religious.
And selling tinfoil hats for 200 quid.
Yeah, he'll sell anything if there's money attached.
Which is funny because I brought it up before, but it's funny because he was with Noel Fielding, like not together, but like they were the comedy fashion sense duo. And you think out of the two of them, Noel Fielding will be the weird one. I think you look at it and you go, well, how is Russell Brand the weird one? But yeah, like I see these videos where people live in shipping containers. They make a house out of a shipping container. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's what we should do, Ash. We should buy 2 shipping containers and live out of it.
Even shipping containers are out of our budget.
Cardboard boxes. It is then.
Yeah, imagination.
Whoa.
Fucking be like SpongeBob, gonna start fucking driving that box. Fuck it. SpongeBob, goated TV show, of course.
Yeah, he's gonna watch SpongeBob after
childhood. Nah, I'm going back to Grey's. I'm at season 5. None of the main cast has died yet, which is, it's good fun in a way, but it's also not, because I'm not ready for everybody to just fucking die. Like, because Grey's Anatomy is a show that's still going now, and it's being like advertised as a big thing on Disney Plus. And I saw an advert, and I'm like, I know one of these people. That means everybody else is either dead or gone. Oh god. And fucking. But then again, that's like fucking. Well, I'm on I'm like halfway through season 5 now. There's what, 22, 23 seasons, so fucking I got about a year's worth of fucking shit to get through before I get to any of that stuff. But yeah, that's enough from me. You want to rant about Life is Strange?
Yeah, well, give me a second. I've been playing King of the. I legally went to Australia legally. Just got an €800 flight. Wasn't that expensive? Well, it was more like 2,000. Got like a €2,000 flight to Australia. Watched one episode of King of the Hill and flew back. I
like how you only watched one episode.
Yeah. See,
not anymore.
I was on a tight schedule in Australia. I was too famous. All the kangaroos.
I mean, you say that the trip to Australia is like 30 hours. So
yeah.
Why'd you only watch one episode, you mad bastard?
I was going to watch a second episode, but then I forgot, and I watched like half
This
of
is like you deciding to get tattoos of smiling friends.
it.
Oh, I watched. I love the show. It's a great show. I watched 2 episodes of it. It's a great show. I love the show. Fantastic.
Ooh,
You
just
did
that
actually
show.
watch that show, didn't you?
I did. I finished the show.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if I said no.
all 3 episodes of it.
Yeah, it'd be funny if I said no, I didn't finish it, and it just was like first 2 episodes, and then got the tattoo. But yeah, I'm just gonna put the camera on me in case I want to make this my own video on my channel. Ooh, I can do that because this is fucking my channel.
You have a
too.
channel.
Yeah, where I put all my shitty mashups up. Like I made London Underground, but Midwest emo. It was so fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I've been. You can chime in anytime you want. I've been given time to rant about this, mainly because he's sick. So please indulge for the next 5-10 minutes. So yeah,
Please indulge for the next hour.
It's going to be an hour of me talking about this, and then it's going to be another hour of the EastEnders. So it's going to be a 3-hour podcast, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I have recently seen the reviews. I've waited till everything came out because originally leaks came out Friday about the new Life is Strange game because Square Enix.
What is Life is Strange? As a
Life is Strange is a game where the main protagonist Max Caulfield has powers because she sees her best friend Chloe Price get shot in the bathroom by Nathan. I forget his last name. Sorry. And she basically can rewind time. And she goes into the future and sees a storm is coming for Arcadia Bay. And the whole game is her trying to
That's where they
protect
live.
Yeah, that's where they live. That's where they live. And the whole game she's trying to protect Chloe. And they're also trying to solve the murder of Rachel Amber, Chloe's best friend and alluded to as girlfriend. But she also cheated on her multiple times, probably. So yeah, that's the first game. Then the second game is about 2 brothers dealing with the American man trying to build a border of Mexico and shit, build a wall. Then the third one's about something else. But yeah, basically they brought back Max Caulfield for Life is Strange. 4 or 5 if you want to count Captain Spirit. They brought her back. And with this you run into a problem because originally the ending of Life is Strange 1 is you have sacrifice Chloe or sacrifice Arcadia Bay. Now if you choose
it's an interesting choice to where it's it's an interesting choice because it's do you go ahead and sacrifice essentially a whole town of people? Or do you sacrifice, they're in love, right? Do you sacrifice someone you love or a group full of people? It's an interesting quandary, people who believe what's right, likely going to save the group of people. Me, I'll probably save the person I love, honestly, fuck them. I don't know any of those other people. In a video game, of course.
It is a video game. And basically, yeah, so they brought back the main protagonist, side note. Originally, when Life is Strange 2 and 3 were in development, it was announced that they were doing a comic based on the ending where you save Chloe, basically. And that comic is pretty good. It introduced a new superhero, Christian, who can travel through time to find his own universe. It's interesting. And then he's never really seen again because they wrap up his story.
Nice.
He's not appeared in any of the games, so he's technically just a one-off character made for the comic. So yeah, so they bring back Max, right? And apparently backstage there was in like the actual development of the game, there was some issues with Chloe Price because none of the people liked her, and none of the people really wanted her back. And also apparently Ashley Birch, the voice actor of Chloe, fell out with the team, which also soured their opinions on Chloe.
The whole point is that she joined a union.
Yeah, the whole point is she joined a union.
Which, not gonna lie, unions in general are quite a hard thing to do. Because you have to actually get the right amount of people to fucking... You have to get the right amount of people and the right amount of influential people for it to be ever taken seriously. So ultimately, it's usually like oh yeah, we're all good to go. We've all joined this union now. Let's actually get all this laws and all this stuff prepared to fucking fight, abusive practices, like bad wages for ridiculous hours. Like, unions are a very hard thing to do, and especially in voice acting, where if you do join a union, unless you are like fucking famous voice actors, fucking Tara Strong or like Christopher Nolan or any of these like famous main important key voice actors, you're probably just gonna be like, well, we don't actually want you anymore. Sorry, we don't want to comply with a union because that means they'd actually give them proper rights and shit. And why would you give proper rights to a freelancer essentially?
And yeah, so Ash has summed it up perfectly. So, Wilder Delfell being 2, and the third game, they did a prequel to Life is Strange 1 called Life is Strange Before the Storm, where it takes place where you see Chloe developing friendships with Rachel. So obviously they got a new voice actor for Chloe because of Ashley Birch. But Ashley Birch did come back and write. Fix my camera. She did come back and write for the prequel series.
Well, I was gonna get fucking slapped for a second.
But yeah, she did come back and write for the prequel series. Then there was some backstage drama, I don't really know, that happened between Ashley Birch and the development team of Deck 9. And basically, so you have all of these things mixed with, you bring back the main protagonist for the fourth game, Matt Garfield. And what happened is, I think this is so petty, but at the same time, I fucking love it. I can't hate it. So, they basically, so we've been told they're going to respect both endings, right? They're going to respect whether you save Chloe or whether you sacrifice her. So you go, oh. So they're going to allude to like, oh, they're on a break. Nothing bad happened to Chloe. Everything's fine. She's just on a break with Max, which will be the perfect excuse because you can just go, we're on a break. Things happened. That's the safe option. But Deck 9 went, you see that? They don't really give a shit. So, in the comics that, like, they rebuild Arcadia Bay, the Max and Chloe, like, we're gonna live happily ever after. And then in Life is Strange 2, they make a cameo via a picture because David, one of the surviving members of Arcadia Bay being destroyed, because he was in a bunker arresting someone, he is obviously now living in the desert. And there's a photograph in his caravan. There's like Max and Chloe on vacation there, and it's alluded to in Life is Strange Double Exposure that they had an argument there, and that their life has always been shit. Chloe wants to live in the future, and Max wants to live in the past, and they just can't get a difference. And also, what I was alluding to, what is petty, is since they don't want to pay Ashley Birch to reprise her role as Chloe Price, they got the actress from the voice actor from Life is Strange Before the Storm, who played Chloe, to redo the lines from Life is Strange 1 for the game.
That is very petty.
And I went, oh, that's a great excuse. Because then maybe they'll bring Chloe in, have her like call Max and be like, oh, Max, I'm sorry you're going through this. No. She just appears by text going, oh, sorry that you're in a storm, babe. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But yeah, it's been alluded to that the whole thing, they were never happy. They were always shit. Like, nothing went well. And that's basically the premise of what went wrong with that. But also, they kind of tested the waters. And I have no problem with people testing the waters to change the franchise. You don't want it to be the same. I get that. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, they changed the franchise a little bit. They found out that the person that Max killed, Max killed this woman to stop the timelines, I think. Sophie, is basically a shapeshifter. I think she can just touch you and she can shapeshift into you, which is cool. But at the end of the game, you're given the choice of whether to accept or deny. And whether you accept or deny doesn't really matter. And that's the entire game. She's a shapeshifter. She can shape through time. The end of it is basically a repeat from episode 5, where Max goes through a nightmare sequence with Safi, and Safi's like injuring people, injuring them by shapeshifting into them. and that's the entire end of the game. And you're going, oh, all right, it's shit, all right. It doesn't end there. They basically now have a group of superheroes, and that's not including the protagonists from 2 and 3. No, yeah, 2 and 3. So yeah, they have a superhero team, and now basically the end of it, and it's a fucking. It's like in the Transformers when like the characters alluded to be dead, so his eyes closed, and then Linkin Park plays, and then like their eyes open, because at the end it rolls the credits. So you're like, okay, that's good. And then it cuts to Safi like seeing someone who is having a nosebleed, and then it says Max Caulfield will return, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I just wanted to rant on that because I think I compared it. I remember I messaged someone that like I go way back to talking about Life is Strange with that it's like Alfie and Kat where you had this happy couple that had a happy ending and then you brought them back and just demolished them. It's
it kind of ruins what was already established.
Yeah, it goes against.
It's like Linda and Mick. The fact that Linda and Mick both got with other people degrades their relationship because now instead of them actually saying no, we do genuinely want to be together and we are like each other's soulmates, we've both been with other people, which is just kind of it is worse because of it.
Yeah, I get the fact that like it's going to be hard to make a game where both of the endings are significant to to literally how you play the game, but at the same time, you could either just go, we're on a break, nothing bad happened, I'm in college now, she's somewhere. But no, they just went, well, yeah, it's always been shit. Fuck you, fuck the game, which defeats the whole purpose of the first game. Because the first game ends with them going, okay, we're gonna live together forever, and we're gonna get through this. The whole town has been destroyed, and we're the only survivors. And I'm just like, in my opinion, you just ruined it. But at the same point, someone made a great point. It's like American Psycho 2 opens with the girl killing Patrick Bateman. But no one talks about that because...
I mean, nobody talks about American Psycho 2, let's be fucking honest.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? No one talks about it, they just go, the canon is Patrick Bateman killed people and that's it. And
I mean, it's like Basic Instinct, I believe. The movie where she, like, where Sharon Stone flashes the police detectives. And the whole movie is, Sharon Stone is an author who writes about the murders she commits, but no one can like pin it on her. So, and it is just kind of Michael Douglas, who is like a detective trying to suss out whether she is actually doing it or not. And in the end, they get together and she chooses to not kill him. But then in the second one, they just go, oh yeah, he didn't last long. He's long gone now. It's like, fucking, you spent a whole movie getting to this fucking point.
Yeah.
You spent a whole movie establishing that, like, they're now together. And now suddenly in the second one, you just go, yeah, none of that matters anymore. Great.
See, and it doesn't ruin the canon for you, because you can still say, in your eyes, Max and Chloe are still together. But the point is, if you're going off the games, yeah, it's not a great time to be a Max and Chloe fan. But I'm not going to demolish the game. The game, I've only really seen the ending, and I've seen a lot of what's the word? Like a lot of not so nice reviews, people threatening developers and shit, which I don't agree with. If you don't like how the game turned out, just rant about it online. But don't harass the developer or the voice actors or anything like that, because that's just bad in my opinion.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
It's not their fault.
And also, yeah, I heard the rumours that like Deck Nine also had literal Nazis working for them and shit, which is not fun either. And that was a horrible workplace to work in, and that's not fun either. But I'm not here to talk about that. It's just I'm not happy as a fan. But again, I might not be happy, but fucking Johnny might be happy because that might be a new experience for him, and then you can enjoy it. It's just I'm not a fan of it. But who knows? They might, when they make Double Exposure 2, they might just go, oh, Chloe's gonna make a cameo finally, and then it's like they finally pay her off by having like Max nearly die and then they kiss. if I'd guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just wanted to rant about that because I'm like, I have a lot to say on that. I know it seemed like
Fair enough.
nothing but nonsense, but hopefully you enjoyed. This might become my own upload on my own Piggy channel. But yeah, it ruined it for me a little bit because I don't mind if she made a cameo at least. I mean, like, yeah, things are rough, and then just fucked off. I have no problem with that. The fact that it just meant, yeah, never happy, fuck off, never happy.
Never happy.
But yeah, also what got announced is Scary Movie 6. Me and Ash are going to see it in 2026.
Fuck that. I'm not fucking watching. The time for when we're out of the time where parody movies are funny anymore. Like, we've all seen disaster movie. Well, I don't know if everybody's seen it, but I've definitely fucking seen it.
He's seen them multiple times.
Yeah, I've watched. I mean, funny thing about the ending of disaster movie is a song. Disaster movie, it's like the parody movie of like the 2012 disaster, blah, blah, blah. It's just a bunch of like celebrity impersonators doing stupid bits. And as always, it's done with a very little actual taste or tact. Because, you know, these movies like, haha, trans, haha, gay. It's like, guys, I get it, but for fuck's sake. But watching disaster movie, the end sequence is, I don't even know what it's parodying, but it's just them saying like, it's just like an acoustic guitar, and it starts off like, do, I'm fucking Matt Damon. And they just go and like each different character says who they're fucking. Now, see, when I was 8 years old, that was hilarious to me. But I think it was censored, so I don't even think it was saying fucking. I think it was like, I'm dating Matt Damon. And me and two mates were gonna sing it in front of the class in year 4. It was so like a song that starts with "I'm fucking Matt Damon." It's just fucking absolute ridiculous. Kids are fucking wild, man. I'm so glad. Like, if phones were there, that would be immortalized forever. So thank fucking Lord. I mean, we never did it, of course, because we were pussios. But goddamn, I'm glad that there's no proof that ever happened, other than my memory of it.
Yeah,
But yeah, scary movie. Scary movie is not. It's not good. It's not good. Let's be honest.
hasn't aged
I
well
don't
with
think
time.
scary movie is particularly good in any way. It's funnier when you're 13 years old because it's loud and it's kind of brash. But when you aren't 5 years old, I've already seen people being like, "All right, snowflakes, let's not get over emotional about this one." Then it's like, "Oh, fuck off." You're gonna start screaming if like insert favorite politician is taking the piss out of it. Wow, they're ruining it. How dare they? Fucking yeah. Discourse about media is a bit of a ball ache sometimes. That's how we talk about EastEnders.
But yeah, I've the only like memorable scene I have is from Scary Movie 4, where it is the Saw parody with Shaq and Dr. Phil. That's the only
Yeah.
good scene. Like, out of the entire franchise, that's the only good scene in my opinion.
It was the one I remember the most is the scene where the ghost and the woman are fighting, and she crawls out the TV, and they just start throwing hands.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But is it necessarily good? Like,
No.
it's of the time, but yeah. Like, I'm not fucking. Who wants Scary Movie 6? Who even watched Scary Movie 5? Nobody fucking watched it.
Just see me slowly raise my hand like, I didn't watch it.
You know what you should have watched? You should have watched our reactions to Ghost Watch, which came out on Thursday. It was a genuinely fun little bit of a Halloween occasion. Since last year we watched Texas Chainsaw and The Exorcist. Thought this time we'd watch something a bit different, and honestly it's probably one of our better reactions we've done. I thought we had a lot of fun whilst watching it, and it turned out quite well.
I agree, Jeff. I think it was definitely decent. It was better than our 2019 Christmas reactions, but again, The difference was Ghostwatch actually was intriguing and Christmas 2019 wasn't. Ash just taking a sniff of cocaine. Look at him.
Yeah, cocaine immediately. That's why I'm so snotty.
But yeah, Ghostwatch was a great watch. There was a lot of funny moments in it. It's funny because when you have just two mates who are not tired, but just don't give a fuck, just reviewing it. Yeah, this is not us being like, yeah, fuck cancel culture, yeah, we're not, we don't mean it
Everybody's
like
gonna
that.
cancel me.
Eh,
You'll never believe what I'm gonna say.
I'm so edgy.
I block people on Twitter. Whoa. Alright, you can't even do that anymore. Fuck. It's over. Alright, fuck it. It's the time. It's the time to swap over. It's the time to go through the EastEnders. And if oh fuck. And if I suddenly break, Piggy will be getting a link to the notes. But I'll try it for as long as I can manage. There's definitely I'm feeling it in my lungs though. That's probably not where your lungs are, but fuck off. I didn't even do triple science. Leave me alone. All right, the market people. The market people are angry about rumours circulating about the council wanting to shut down the market. Notice that people are quite alarmed because Martin says, "Oh, this market's going to be here long after I'm gone. I'm telling you," and people are thinking that Martin might die on the 40th because of 40 years. He was the first East End baby. He was the first legacy baby. Like, people are a little bit worried. Do you reckon Martin's going to die?
Just on this storyline very quickly. They do this storyline literally every 2 years.
yeah, they do.
We've known for Shrimpy quick shut on the market stall. Maybe it's because we were watching 2014 and that was literally also gone. Hello lads, we're shutting down the fucking market.
It does happen more frequently than anybody would like.
Also, they're on about Arthur's bench. I told Louis this story and he did not believe me, so I need you to find the video if you can. About the guys breaking into the set and just absolutely dropping one on Arthur.
He just shits on Arthur's bench.
He just drops one right on Arthur.
Like, nah, I'm not finding that. I'm not finding that.
I'm sorry, but it's the only memorable thing about Arthur's bench. It's just the lad dropping his ass right on the fucking bench. Out of that, you prick. Yeah. But yeah, they do this storyline literally every 6 months.
Maybe not every 6 months. I think it just so happened to occur that we were watching 2014. And it's kind of circulated like that. Ian reminds everyone that he's a former councillor and says he'll make a few calls. Junior shows up and explains he's got the contract to redevelop the market. Martin defends the gardens and Ian explains they aren't closing the market, they're just running it twice a week. And they're going to make the gardens a car park. Ian, Martin and Kathy are asking the council about suing the market. He suggests that they should oppose the council decision, which would dissuade it, and Bianca tries to rally behind Martin and the council petition.
Yeah, she drops the papers in a piece of water. Bianca, you silly bitch.
Wasted a fucking day.
You did, you silly bitch.
I mean, imagine if the person who wants it done is Ruby. Whoa. Fuck you, Martin. You abandoned it. Well, he didn't abandon them, but
You know what I think of your bench and absolutely pissed on it. That's what I think of your fucking dad's bench, you prick.
But yeah, the main topics though, which I'll go through now.
Hold on.
The slate is.
You've got to mention Kojo.
No, he's in the next bit before.
Yay.
The Slaters fight amid Tommy's abuse, and is it finally over for the Six? I suppose trigger warning. We will be talking about domestic abuse in this situation. And it does occur, so be prepared for when we talk about Nish and Suki. But yeah, the Slaters fight amid Tommy's abuse. Kathy talks through Gene keeping Harvey stuck on the sofa, and Gene storms out. Kathy gives him the better advice to try and, treat it with a meal. Jean's given the cold shoulder by Kat, and she snaps at the twins as well. Jean believes the right thing to do is to tell Kat that she called the socials, and Stacey and Harvey are just like, hey, Jean, you should do this really novel thing, like, shut the fuck up! Don't fucking tell her, you idiot! What's wrong with you? Why the fuck would you tell her? Fuck's sake. Don't fucking do it at all. It makes us all look bad if you tell her. But, you know, she's still not feeling great about it. Kojo offers Jean some flowers and he asks her on a date to eat food. She snaps at him and he gets upset. And later on, Alfie insists that he won't let Jean take the rap for it. Jean tries to console Kat, who is upset and feeling that Tommy is slipping away. Now, I'll use this to pivot, but I understand that having your kid taken away by the socials has got to be really, like, tragic to happen. And will absolutely, like, break you inside. Because you'll feel like a failure. You feel like it's your fault that he's like this. But he is one door down. Like, he's literally right fucking next to him.
Oh no, I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking. Sorry, I think.
Like, it's a really funny thing that happens in soap where it's like, Mum, I want to move out. I'm gonna move out across the road. Like, no, you can't move out. We'll never see each other. It's like, yeah, you fucking will. Come on. It's just a funny soap thing where it's like, no, you're moving away. I'm going 15 minutes down the road. You're moving away. How dare you ruin our family like this? And it's a soap, so it will never change. Oh Jesus. Yeah, so Kat feels like Tommy's slipping away. Jean feels comfortable knowing she's done all she can to help Kat. Then asks Elaine when Kojo can talk, and Jean returns and offers to go on a friend date in the Vic. Alfie wants to arrange to see Tommy, so she lets him know that they're all meeting in the Vic. Kojo and Jean have a lovely friend date. He says, I think I trust you. I don't think you're capable of hurting someone. But she cracks and says she's a liar. When Tommy refuses to see Kat and Alfie, though, she lashes out and Jean admits she told the socials. Kat loses it and screams the pub down, calls the landlady Elaine, who tells her to take it outside. And it's Elaine! Fucking yeah. Fucking yeah.
Fucking Kojo nearly got hands thrown at him as well. Like, you will leave Kojo out of this motherfucker. Kojo's innocent. He's an innocent bystander. No one can hurt him.
Oh, unmuted, lovely. Kojo's elite. He's got some great stuff this week. I fucking love it. Jean prepares Stacey knowing that Kat's gonna scream. Kat explains she was dealing with it, but calls her out on not taking the Slaters first. Jean believes she did the right thing, that Kat wasn't coping. She needed professional help. Kat calls her a spiteful, bitter old woman, and that she is dead to her. Who then lashes out at Harvey as well. I like how Harvey's like stood in the doorway, like ready to fucking douse up the wine. It's, oh, you needed any help? Here's some wine. Harvey tries to explain his treat. It's a bunch of Greek food. I've never had Greek before, I'll be honest, so I don't know what the fuck any of it is.
I just feel like a Brexit geezer, like going, have any pizza? Have any pizza and a curry? Do you? Gary.
All right, like you getting fucking chips and curry from a Chinese.
You have any Stella? We don't have Stella. Stella.
It's like going to France. Pardon, monsieur. Je voudrais un pasty. Oh fuck, he's doing it again.
Je m'appelle.
Pardon my French. Can I get a fucking Stella? Stella! It's being outrageous because, you know, fucking English people are entitled fuckers.
I know it's not funny, like, harassing foreign people. But in the sense of, like, just going up...
What possibly is going to go after that fucking phrasing? Now, I don't agree with kicking someone to death. But...
No, what I was going to say is, like, I don't harass foreign people. But I just love the Brexit guy, just always, who sat at the bar, like, let's just pretend there's some point. and they just got
Sat at the bar, red-faced, fucking
yeah, and he's like,
party hat on.
Shimapay, what would we be like? Can I get a Stella? Pardon? Stella!
Yeah,
Pardon?
just British people being ignorant.
Yeah, sorry, I just love that with fucking, like, British people. I know it's not funny, but it's just funny imagining them guys in...
The joke's funny, of course.
Yeah.
Harvey tries to explain that him making Greek food was a treat, and Jean just belittles him, and he realizes it wasn't worth the effort. Jean then scrumples up some food in her hands. Ugh. Ugh. Oh yeah, and fucking whilst Kojo and Jean are having a meal, he kind of goes, I don't actually like sausages, and Jean's like, yeah, well, you haven't tried my sausage. Surprise! Yeah, we're back.
We're back. We never left.
Harvey did it. Alfie wants to make up things to Kat, but Kat's drowning her sorrows. Bianca yells at Jean, but Kojo shows up and wants to buy her a muffin. Harvey shows up at Kathy's and wants to spend time with her. She initially resists and then says, fuck it. Jean explains transference when you take out your other frustrations on the people you love. And he says, Kojo then says his dreams are to live with all his brothers together and to buy a black cab. He tells her to never give up on her dreams. She plans to apologize to Harvey, while Kathy and Harvey are reminiscing about older times, saying it was just easier in the olden days. Kathy believes her time is up. She says she'd give anything to go back and that she's trapped. Harvey explains that he couldn't have gotten through the last 2 weeks without her. He holds her hand and she kisses him. Harvey, naughty boy. I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest.
I mean, we all know Gillian Forte, or whatever the fuck her name is, gives good head.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. Don't sue us, please.
Jean apologizes to Stacy for feeling like she's caused a lot of hurt. Alfie fills in Kat over him seeing Tommy, explaining that he's fine in really reserved terms. Alfie understands that she's finding it hard, but they don't, stop fucking putting your head in the sand. Like, just deal with it. It's fine. Like, we'll fucking manage, for fuck's sake. He tells her that we're a united front and they plan to call the socials to figure out what the next step is. Stacey tells Harvey to try harder with Jean, knowing she's been struggling. She apologizes to Harvey and tries to organize a Greek breakfast. He accepts her apology but gets a call from Kathy instead. Jean gets a letter and apparently she's getting a pension. Turns out she's getting 12 grand. They're ecstatic. Jean's getting scammed. Jean's probably getting scammed. Jean's probably getting scammed. Is she getting scammed?
Well, there's like, you can invest in Australian land. You're getting fucking scammed, love. It's like, now we might be old YouTube heads, but have you ever seen the ad about 4 or 5 years ago? I'll put the camera to do for just a quick second. Have you ever seen the ad about 5 years ago where it's like these companies where it's like, did you know you can invest land in Scotland because there's some land that's unclaimed, and like they were encouraging people to buy this land, but it's basically, imagine like buying an NFT that holds no value. They were buying these land,
like all of them.
Yeah. Well, most of them hold value. It just depends on how you fucking, because you can sell anything if you make a good bargain for it, But yeah, they were selling these lands, but it was basically like a square, like like a little rice, crispy square. It was about the size of that. Like you only got like the hair of a grass of land. You literally got nothing. And then they were like, "Well, thanks for the money. Yeah, fuck you." And then a bunch of people found out they were scammers, and they went, "Oh shit." It's kind of like BetterHelp, where a lot of people were like, "BetterHelp fucking sucks. Don't trust BetterHelp." And then like you see the YouTubers like, "I don't like BetterHelp," but today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. But yeah, Jean is definitely getting scammed because they're saying invest the money in Scotland and shit. She's not old enough to get a pension, is she? She's only like 62.
Yeah, she's like 60s, if I had to guess.
Yeah, she's going to be here till the 70s.
It's also like a pension that you'd get all now. That's not really how pensions work. You get it over like a course of time.
Unless you work in the army.
Yeah, but even then, so you still get a pension, but you get one earlier. As far as I remember, but...
You do. Time to join the army.
Where the fuck am I? Yeah, she's probably getting scammed, let's be honest. Harvey meets with Kathy and they both apologise for the kiss. They both plan on wiping the slate clean. They want to keep it on the sly. And Harvey wants to tell Jean, and she's surprised at him being honest. Jean and Kojo are ecstatic, learning that they're going to be keeping their money. And once again, I said it feels like they're going to get scammed. Kat and Alfie want Alfie to move back in the flat. She yells at Jean. Harvey sees Kathy and admits that he hasn't actually told her. So he didn't tell Jean after all. And the final bit of this, as George isn't here for Halloween, they ask Kojo to wear George's costume. He says it would be an honor. Mate, he fucking rocks this fucking costume. Elaine, rings the bell, Kojo. Kojo walks out he walks out like fucking Gladiator. Just, are you not entertained? He fucking walks out just,
and you know what makes it better?
My people.
You know what makes it better? It's AC/DC's, I think it's Back in Black is playing.
Oh, shit.
There's an AC/DC, so it's just like, dun, 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 fucking playing. It's like, please welcome to the ring. They give him a fucking, he's about to fight Muhammad Ali, in the final.
Obviously, he doesn't say anything. He just shows up. Yeah. And he's just like, oh, fucking yes. Love him. Love him. Can we keep him?
I swear to God, there was an AC/DC song playing.
That was fantastic. If that was me, I'd be like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. Sorry. But he embraces it. Oh, hello. Are you still there?
Hello.
Hello, you're back. Fantastic. Well, one thing that was funny is we get our favourite stupid trope of this era of EastEnders, where the partner gets angry but is still living in the other person's house. Like last year, when Howie was mad at Kim for, reasonably so for crashing the car. Yet he was still living in Kim's house, eating her food, getting angry at Kim. Because fucking Kat made Alfie leave his flat. He's the one paying for the fucking flat. Like, no, you need to leave now. It's his flat.
Makes no sense. Why would you do that to him? Poor where was Alfie even sleeping? He was sleeping on the Beale's couch?
Yeah, I think so.
That's not good compared to the
All right, and finally, is it over for the 6? Have anything else on that section?
Kojo was awesome. I messaged Ash and Ash was probably like, oh, here we go. I messaged Ash last night. I said, Kojo can do no wrong. I said, give me that muffin, Kojo. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I was just going to try and see if I could find the Kojo appearance, but it's in Thursdays. I think it's on Wednesdays, actually. Well, I'll never know.
What, his appearance so far coming out?
When he appears in the suit of armour.
He appears in today's episode, Thursdays.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to find it. It's fine.
All right.
Nah. I mean, it's just to see what music was in the background, but I don't care that much. It's not that important. All right. So, is it finally over for the 6? Sookie is looking somewhat proud of her family, but when speaking to Kathy, reveals she's worried over the police interviews. Kathy reckons they've been taking too long to be serious, and they want to match everyone's story, but Nish shows up and interrupts. He wants a framed photo of them and Ty, and wants her to print it out. Then plays the curious person, asking further prying questions, and he mentioned that he's being interviewed, and starts to think something's gone awry. The 3, Sookie, Denise and Linda, coordinate and talk through their options. They get interrupted once again by Nish, who has a picture frame in tow. He notices the woman and starts to suggest they're getting the story straight. Sharon says she isn't going to make it. That's another very strange part of this. Why the fuck was Sharon not here?
Her contract was too big.
It's
my go-to.
It's it's the really strange bit where Sharon is the main between her and Linda. They're the two main people of the six, but Sharon has kind of been really six adjacent, where she's just not here. And it's like, yeah, sure, Albie is apparently ill, but like, this is your big storyline as well, guys. Like, what's fucking going on here? I'll never know. Excuse me. Sharon, yeah. Kathy arrives and says it's time to not slip up. I hate keeping secrets, which Nish hears and continues to pry further, acting like he's on their side instead of playing it coy. Nish rattles them and they walk out. Gather at the police station, Nish is again interrogated first. He further figures that the six conspired again against them, but doesn't let it slip. They go to Sookie next and they mention how they found her prints on the tarpaulin too. She plays a fast one and explains that she probably would have handled the skip because Eve works in a bat van. Sookie rebuffs Nish's request to have a cab home. He notices Kathy buying booze and Nish heads back in to investigate Sookie further. He believes that him and Sookie are jovial again, and he keeps prying about the six and how they must have been involved. He nearly snaps when she tells him to get out of the house and steals her phone. Nish shows up at Kathy's and sends her a message through Sookie's phone. He threatens her a bit, and when she receives the message saying Nish knows I'm sorry, Kathy gets rattled. He plies her with loaded questions and pieces it together, terrifies her and claims they can work together to throw them off the scent. She fully relents and finally explains that it was Keanu who strangled Sharon and Linda killed him. And he's ecstatic. He didn't fucking think this bluff was going to work. He's like, what the fucking hell? All right, sick. I've got dynamite. I've got gold dust.
Sorry, I was trying to find the fucking music and I couldn't find it. Like, I was literally skimming through the episode. Yeah. I was listening to you, but I was like, I'm skimming through the episode, and I was
wondering why you were distracted, but fair enough.
I did mute the desktop audio, by the way, so I did click the red arrow, so you didn't hear like, oh, Stacy, fucking.
Yes. But yeah, Nish coerces a confession out of Kathy. And he goes straight back to Sookie and explains he knows about Christmas and says they've got a lot to talk about. Sookie tries to play off Kathy's guilt and demands to know what happened. He threatens to tell Eve unless she sits down. He grabs her by the arm. She sticks to the story and he insists on knowing who hit him over the head, threatening to tell Eve, where she snaps, explaining it was Denise who hit him. He claims it's ironic, knowing that he's been branded a murderer and she's covered one up. He says he's here now, she's not alone, and grabs her hand. He starts to claim that Sookie's been brainwashed, she's been indoctrinated. He says he loves her and knows she still loves him. He claims that Eve groomed her, that Eve stole her from him. He snaps when she reminds him that she loves Eve, so he chases her down and throws her on the stairs and is about to hit her. Demands he get the rest of the women here. The six other than Sharon gather as Nish pops a cork. It dawns on everybody that he knows. He says never send a bunch of hysterical women to do a man's job. He keeps tempting the woman to lash out, reminding them what they did. He says apart from the satisfaction of putting you all behind bars, there's nothing you can do for me. He then says he'll be going to bed and leaves Sookie with a lasting message. If you don't know what I'd want, then I can't help you. They recognize that everything's been blown. They try to understand that they're stuck. Sookie decides she'll sort it so everybody has to leave. She explains she knows what he is and how to deal with him. Sookie leaves Eve a voicemail and is fucking melancholic to explain that she doesn't want to be with anyone else ever. She loves her and she misses her. And she called Nish downstairs. He mentions how Eve isn't here now and Sookie says she's been thinking about what he wants. How to keep him quiet. It's revenge. She says, Eve took him from her, so I'm offering the chance for you to take me back for one night. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hell. That's depraved. That's fucked up. That's really uncomfortable. And Nish, essentially, and then Eve wouldn't know, and then you'd have something over her. And then he calls her disgusting. He
Go
calls her
on.
disgusting
Go on.
because she thinks a night with her is all he wants, and it would be out of revenge. He says it's her time. It's her turn to make a sacrifice for him. A lovely bit of double standards where Suki has sacrificed so much for Nish, but like, yeah, it's now time for you to fucking do something for me. It's like, Nish, I've been with you for 20 years. You fucking prick. I've raised our family single-handedly. The night after, Suki declines Stacy's phone calls, and Stacy leaves a voicemail telling that they need to stick together. Suki plans to deal with Nish, but he arrives with a big black bag and says we need to know what we agreed on, and she tells Stacy that it's being handled. Stacy, Denise, and Linda are terrified of what Suki's planning. They recognize they can't trust Nish. Cut to Nish as he's holding her shoulder as Ravi and Nugget arrive with food and champagne. They've organized a family meeting. Fucking hell, I need a drink. The throat's going.
Back in black, I have to say.
Ugh. So, yeah, the family are like, what the fuck's happening? What the fuck's happening? They announce that Nish and Suki have gotten back together, and the family are all rattled knowing that this is all wrong. This is all fucked up. And they all kind of understand that something must be strange. Stacy worries that she'll be stuck for good, so she agrees to get back with him till he dies, and he'll take the rap in prison for them. Nish overhears her scheming, and it's kind of on tenterhooks. Nish and Suki get their relationship blessed. Avani understands that Suki is miserable doing this, and Kathy is relieved learning that Nish might take the fall for the 6. Nish says he's proud that he can live out his days in the house, but he reneges on their deal, having heard her say she was going to cut him dead. He has spoiled Suki's plan, and all of her sacrifice has been for nothing. Now it's Halloween night, as Nish wonders why Suki's been avoiding him. Suki reminds him he is blackmailing her, and he calls it the fitting end of our love story. Fucking hell.
When you were Romeo and I was
He's very convincing. He's very convincing as a delusional fucking man.
He is turning out to be my favorite iteration of Dirty Dan.
It's genuinely quite impressive. And even when he gets more stern, it's fucking intense. Like, Jesus Christ. She leaves to get the wine. She lets Alfie's shift end early, and when alone, she sobs. Stacy checks up on her, and Suki explains how sick to her stomach she is. Nish ticking time bomb. However, he's waiting for the wine, so he puts out the candle with his hand, like, does the fucking and just snaps it in fucking two. Suki tells Stacy she's trapped. She thinks perhaps that is the price she has to pay. Stacy, Linda, and Denise all realize that Nish isn't going anywhere. She gets jump scared by the TV as Nish appears behind her. Stacy calls Vinny to get back to the house because Suki's in danger, but the family don't budge. Avani and Nugget agree it's wrong, though, and they plan on investigating themselves. Nish explains away his uncomfortable paranoia and says it'll pass as long as he feels more comfortable with her affection. She says she was desperate to love him, but she couldn't, so he grabs her by the face. She says his love is like the sun, pushing and pulling and burning everything around it. She didn't love him, she survived him. He grabs her by the face and pushes her on the table as Stacy, Avani, and Nugget all burst in and stop him. He claims nothing was happening, it was just an argument. Classic misunderstanding. Classic. No one is fooled. Even if he is desperate.
Well, couldn't he just say we were wrestling? That was parts.
Yeah, but who wrestles?
When you're having sex, you wrestle, don't you?
What if? How am I even supposed to respond to that? When a mummy and a daddy love each other very much. Fucking. That's what they do, right? Yeah, no one's fooled, even if he is desperate to try and control the situation. Vanish says, I love you, Grandad, but it's clear that she doesn't. He clutches a bit at his heart and leaves. Vani offers to take him home, saying she doesn't understand. She says she thought they were a family, and he says that's all he's wanting, to bring his family back. She asks if it would have been her, what would he have done? She says she has heard the stories about him, but she knows in his heart there is good. Avani tells him to set Suki free. Stacy explains that he won't stop till you're dead. Avani reappears and says he's going. He says he's realized how stupid he's been. He spent a whole life wanting someone who has never loved him. He's done what he always does to try and make it happen. He says he's been wrong about so many things. Fuck. Suki wants him to not go to the police. She says think about the kids, but he says it's time to end this, as the six all gather in the Queen Vic. They worry about what he's going to do, but he reappears. He says, here we are, back where it started. He explains he called the police and they call him a monster, and Denise says she wished she'd finished what she started. He gets the details of the crime, the murder weapon, where Keanu was stabbed, where he was buried, how he was buried, and the walls close on in. The police arrive and they call him the devil. He says, ladies, it's been a pleasure. Tell Suki to take care of their family as he goes to walk out the doors. Ravi is hearing from Avani what happened as Nish takes D.I. Arthur home. Suki is comfortable knowing he'll confess, but none of the other women are. Linda says it's not over. They wouldn't believe Linda, so why are they going to believe Nish? Nish tells the story of him killing Keanu, with claiming that he got a group of lads to kill Keanu and cover it up. He says a group of lads, essentially meaning the six, but he's changed the wording pretty much. But yeah, the group of lads did a shit job of it, so I had to sort it myself. It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Nish tells him that he forced Lynn to frame Dean Wicks, and when she failed, he changed his story. D.I. Arthur's asked why now, and now he says he's dying, but it's time to pay for a lifetime of sins for my family. And the six all get a text as Suki says it's over. Nish Panasar gets handcuffed and is given one last moment with Suki, where he asks if she will visit him. She says if it helps. He asks her to not take away that we were married, and further asks her to not get married again and to not marry Eve. She doesn't really give him an answer, because obviously even Suki will get married eventually.
I mean, right, just very quickly, I mean, he hasn't got long left, correct?
Yeah, he is dying.
So pretty much you can go, yeah, I won't get remarried. And the minute he dies, fucking, oh,
whoa,
well, you're dead
get
now.
Married.
You can't really object now, can you? You're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he as Nish gets taken to the police car. Also, fuck it. No, I'm still amazed the six haven't gotten caught, because the second Nish gets carted away, suddenly all of the six reappear in the Queen Vic and just come outside and watch him get arrested. Isn't that mightily convenient? Maybe you just look out the fucking window, you daft fuckers. Maybe don't all gather round, and obviously, they want the shot of them seeing someone get taken away for Keanu's death. But for fuck's sake. Why have you all got to be stupid about it? This is why you've had so much problem covering it up. Anyways. But yeah. The six gather in front of Queen Vic, as we get fireworks in all of the six's colours. And we get a shot of their face, and the colour that they of the dress they wore at Christmas shows up. And it flashes and lights up the face in that colour. Garrett, some people probably won't notice that somehow, and it was very on the nose. If anybody calls that subtle, I'm gonna fucking laugh at them. What do you mean? It's really subtle, guys. It's really subtle framing. You couldn't tell what this is supposed to mean. Nish says, I told you we'd watch the fireworks together, as he gets in the back of the police car, and they drive off, with the six watching and believing it to be over. So with all that said, that's all the stuff. Is Nish coming back? Is it over?
I don't think it's over, sadly. Don't think it's over. The problem I have is if they fuck. See, I understand. You can correct me, because you can go. But actually, in 1995 they did this. But it would have been such a great cop out, and I think it would be a great cop out. But I know you're going to say that they're using it lightly, so they don't do it. But imagine they gave him Julia's theme. So when he re-shows up, you're like, oh, you got Julia's theme. And then it's like, yeah, well, it was a cop-out. So then he dies. You know what I mean?
But, yeah, like I personally, I don't think it's over because they've been teasing how kind of big and important it's gonna be to. It's gonna like how explosive the exit is gonna be, how much they're actually going to be able to. Like they've been teasing Nish's death as a violent like outburst, right? And it kind of has been that. But it feels we're gonna see him die. I 100% believe we're gonna see him die on the screen because it feels like it would be a lost opportunity. And as I'm like, I'll trust Nish when he's dead in the ground. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this for you, Suki. I'm doing it all for you. I don't fucking believe it. There's a chance he wakes up tomorrow morning, realizes that fucking jail's shit, and he wants to get out. He could just lie. So it is a cool ending for what it is, but I also find it hard to believe that Nish is over. I still think he dies on screen. It could be wrong, but that's my opinion on it.
Well, we don't even know if a fire is taking place because because sorry for making you yawn.
Excuse me.
But we could like, unless they're selling the minute mark, like selling it like next week. But Eve gets a shock when she returns, so something must happen. I do. Oh, do you know what? I know she's a child in the show, but she's 24. If Nish fucking throttled a Fanny, I would have.
Fanny.
What? Did you say?
No, I just said the names.
Yeah,
said the names. Fine.
If he throttled the Fanny, I would have laughed. Fucking, what do you mean she doesn't love me? Take that, you prick. I know child violence is wrong in some sense, but still, it would have been funny. I did like it. I did like this week. We need to find it afterwards. We need to find if Culture came out the Back in Black, because I swear to God he did. Someone will have to like VA or that shit. And they'll put it in the comments like if he did or not. I liked it. I like this week. I like this episode. Yeah. But the one problem, right? And I understand Halloween is not massive. I get that. But the one thing I always hate in EastEnders, could you not just put up Halloween decorations for like the entire month?
Or just the week. Even just the week of Halloween.
Yeah, even just like the 2 weeks before.
Like, it shows up the night of Halloween and suddenly everybody's all dressed up and it's all spooky. Like fucking... You obviously it's different, but like, most people who actually put up Halloween decorations put it up for the fucking month.
Like, I get it, but even if you do it the week before Halloween as well, that'd be fine. I get you film out of chronological order and all of that, but still, it still would be nice. I don't know. I enjoyed this week. Also seen some of the people in me stayed over. Some cool decorations out for Halloween. Yeah, it was good crack. Halloween was fun. Didn't get much trick or treaters. Did you get much trick or treaters?
No, we obviously do the turn all the lights off and shut the fucking curtains.
Yeah, my dad smacked my hand on Thursday because we obviously bought a lot of sweets for the Pookies, we call them, and there was some Freddos and some curly whirlies, and let's just say someone wanted a Freddo and a curly whirly, and he got told no, they're for the Pookie. He still took it. That could have been anyone. Could have been anyone. Ash, I don't know why everyone's blaming me, but that's a lovely.
But yeah, let's quickly do the awards. Okay. Underrated.
Kojo. Kojo, yeah, Kojo,
yeah.
Kojo.
Avani was really good this week as well.
Kojo,
Avani stepped up in this. The Keanu Taylor.
Oh, there wasn't many wooden people this week.
No.
But Harvey.
Yeah. I've got nothing interesting to. I don't even have a funny joke to make at that. And finally, who needs slapping down?
Nish.
Yeah. But there we are. Despite my illness, we pretty much did the same shit. It's just Piggy spent about 15 minutes talking about Life is Strange. But you know what? I talk a lot anyway, so it's not even that bad of a thing to deal with. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. That's been us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Happy November. See you then next week. Oh wait, shit. Fucking thanks to our member, who is still a member, Belinda Slater, who is still a member on the YouTube channel. Special thanks to them. Been supporting us for 3 months now. Full shout outs to you. Big love, big appreciations. Thank you for watching. See you next time.